Hey there guys, this is Sam
and Justin
at the Survival Review, and today we are going to be talking about the ever popular Psycho 3.
Well known and beloved
Psycho 3. People tend not to talk about this one or the fourth one. Fourth one even less, but we'll get to that. People don't really talk about the sequels to Psycho at all, and this one is the one that you should probably talk about the least.
I don't know, because it's so interesting. I would kind of talk about
It's very interesting. Well, okay, I guess it's good to talk about, but as a movie...
Yeah, let's put it that way. As a movie, it's...
Yeah.
Like I like to say, you know how Psycho 2 is I always call it the classy sequel? This is the trashy
trashy Psycho
100%
Just obvious cash grab.
Remember what you were expecting Psycho 2 to be?
This is what Psycho 3 is.
Pretty much, except with some... I was mentioning before the review to him that the movie has a lot of... It's kind of hard to review because there's a lot of terrible moments in it, but I say there's also a lot of positive and really strangely good moments in the movie.
I agree that there are some good moments. I don't think there's as many as he's saying. That's my opinion.
It's because it's such a strange...
It's a really strange movie, and part of that is from the people involved. This is the first one and the only one that's actually directed by Anthony Perkins, and he's a character all himself. He's an interesting guy.
I say it's worth checking out at least once.
Yeah, it's definitely not like one of the worst movies ever made.
No.
But I'd say it's worth checking out just to talk about at the very least.
Just to discuss.
So let's get to the plot.
The plot.
It definitely right from the beginning it starts out interesting
with a nun.
And it starts out completely black, and all you hear is "There is no God," and you see this nun in a bell tower.
Yeah, she's like questioning her religion and everything. She doesn't know.
And you're just...
These other nuns are trying to get her to
and it's interesting, but you're wondering the whole time, am I watching Psycho?
And then there's a struggle, and one of the nuns falls down.
There's a struggle, and the nun breaks this barrier, falls down the
hits the bell first,
and hits the bell, so you hear the bell
and she falls.
Ringing as she falls.
The first thing in this movie is a nun dying.
Yeah, that's the first thing you see in this movie.
And then this nun, the one who doesn't really know her religion.
Yeah, she walks off and she's on the road.
Yeah.
Sort of just trying to find her way.
Yeah.
And that's when she meets this guy.
The character's name is Duke.
The
actor's name is Jeff Fahey.
Jeff Fahey.
Who was in Machete and Planet Terror and Darkman 3.
Who was he in Planet Terror?
He was the cook.
Oh, the guy with the ribs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Didn't even know that. She sort of gets picked up by this guy. She hitches a ride from him, and he is a little weird, seedy guy. And he
tries to make some moves on her.
Yeah, tries to make some moves on her, and she's not having it. He kicks her out of the car, and she's on her own again.
And here's the thing to add to the trashiness. One of the first, not one of the first, one of the earlier lines in the movie is when she runs away, and he says, "Hey, you could be coming instead of going."
Yeah, that's
one of our...
That's one of the wonderful lines that you totally expect that to be in a Psycho movie, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But as she's on the road, walking in the rain, she eventually comes upon the Bates Motel.
And so does Duke.
And of course, so does Duke.
And he gets a job there. So
he doesn't want a room there. He actually wants to get a job there, and he ends up running the
desk.
The desk that Norman ran in the first movie.
Yeah.
And
then their paths cross, and there's some weird connection with the girl and Norman, because which it's just one of my problems, but because it's a really weak plot.
The plot is nothing to write home about.
Honestly, the most interesting parts is all the subplot stuff with Duke. That's the most interesting.
It really is.
Because there's also a subplot with this reporter who's trying to find things out, and that's kind of really typical of a horror movie to do. So, performances-wise, Anthony Perkins and Jeff Fahey are the two best. I would actually say
Jeff Fahey, I think, did better.
Yeah, he steals the show. He steals.
Anthony Perkins in this movie, definitely. I mean, he has his moments, but he wasn't as good. There were definitely moments where I felt like he doesn't feel like Norman Bates.
I disagree. I disagree with the fact that at first, for the most middle first half of the movie, I really feel it's that kind of fakeness and
Yeah, that.
But as it goes on, because this is more of like the full-on kind of crazy Norman.
Yeah.
So as the movie goes, his performance gets much better later on. I actually say he gives a really good performance later on. Beginning of the movie, beginning of the movie, I agree. It's a little kind of like
It just
obvious.
feels obvious that he's acting.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
But as it goes on, it gets natural. And I would even say some moments later on are actually a little bit better than Psycho 2. Some of the moments later on. Not earlier. Later on. But then the rest of the acting, like the girl who goes to the Bates Motel, she's really just, and like the reporter's just,
The rest of the characters, they're really not.
I do like how they kept the continuity with Psycho 2 and had like the sheriff come back and the people at the diner.
Yeah, the people at the diner are all still there.
Yeah, that's cool. It's good continuity.
Yeah, it's nice to see that kind of stuff.
So right now, I try to talk about our ideas on the major flaws. The plot, underwhelming.
Yeah.
It goes for the gore. Like I said, this is what you would have expected Psycho 2 to be. It goes for the gore and the nudity and all that stuff, definitely, for sure. And it's unnecessary.
Definitely. And this is the Psycho movie that you could definitely call the most slasher movie.
Oh yeah. It is a slasher.
It is a slasher film. And
also, the references to the first one, too many.
There are. And like it'd be cool if they did one, maybe two.
They did that in Psycho 2. They did a few here and there.
The whole thing with this, it feels like they're just kind of poking you. Just going, hi, you get it? You get it? That was in the first movie. Every
iconic moment from the first movie is recreated in this one.
Yeah. And
I mean, I guess it's the way they did it is well done, but it's just like it serves no purpose.
Exactly. It didn't need to be done.
Yeah, you could have done more original stuff. And I guess that's my major flaws with the movie. And so I guess we get to the positives. There's just like some really strange scenes.
Yeah, it's honestly just how strange it is. It's really interesting to watch. It keeps you interested just with how strange it is.
The big confrontation at the end between Norman and Duke is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I love it. And just also like it's kind of technical, but some of the lighting in the movie is actually really like cool.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's weird.
Like that scene between him and Duke at the end has all like pink, like purplish tint to it, which is really strange. And I feel all the scenes between Norman and the corpse as his mother were all really cool.
Yeah, they were.
Like I always say, if you're gonna do a mashup, like big trailer or something of all the Psycho movies, you're gonna be using a lot of footage from Psycho 3.
Yeah.
And I do like one thing that's pretty funny, that the twist in this movie is that the twist at the end of 2 isn't true. And I like that for two reasons. One, it's funny, and two, I was not a fan of the twist at the end of 2. It reveals kind of just like, really?
It's got its moments, but the interesting moments really can't help a poor plot.
I don't know. I see what you mean.
That's my opinion.
I still think it's enjoyable.
It's definitely an enjoyable movie that's worth watching at least once.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I felt it's just kind of an unnecessary.
Well, yeah, it's subpar for sure. But I mildly enjoyed it because it's so dang weird.
It's just so weird.
And there's also sorry, before I'm 10, there's some cool scenes, which is also why I like the movie, with Norman just doing stuff. Like the scene at the beginning where where the bird like dies on his porch and he kind of just takes it, brings it inside, just him doing stuff. And that's where I say sometimes Perkins' performance is better.
Yeah.
Because there's some really good moments.
There are.
Yeah. So now out
of 10. You first.
Me first?
Yes.
I'd probably go like a 6 or so.
Really?
Yeah, 6. Because I enjoyed it.
I was thinking more along the lines of 4.5.
Oh wow, that's low.
I definitely don't think it's a great movie. It's not one of the worst movies out there, but I think that's about all we've got to say about Psycho 3.
Mm-hmm.
And our next video will be Psycho 4.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you later.